Yo, hold up. Why does my camera always decide to start recording when I'm completely unprepared? Every single time. I swear I was just sitting here, staring at a blank page, wondering what I should draw next. Then one random thought popped into my head, and I was like, that's it. Today's the day. So today, we're drawing none other than OREKI from Hyouka. Man, if you've watched Hyouka, you already know what kind of guy he is. Quiet, calm, lazy, and somehow still cooler than everyone else without even trying. Bro literally lives by saving energy. If there was an Olympic event for doing the least amount of work possible, he'd take the gold medal without breaking a sweat. Tell me honestly, do you know someone like OREKI? Maybe your friend? Your brother? Or are you the OREKI of your group? Be honest in the comments because I know at least one person watching this definitely avoids work like it's a final boss. Anyway, enough talking. Time to get serious. That's the thing about drawing. People usually see the final result. They don't see all the erased lines underneath. They don't see the moments where you stop and think, why does this look so weird? But that's part of being an artist. Sometimes one tiny line can change the entire face. After finishing the sketch, I picked up my pen. Not gonna lie, this is always the most stressful part. Because once the ink touches the paper, that's it. No undo button. No Control Z. It's just you, your hands, and your confidence. Thankfully, everything went smoothly. Slowly, the character started coming to life. Every outline made the drawing look cleaner. Every darker line added more personality. And honestly, watching a rough pencil sketch slowly become a finished artwork is one of the most satisfying feelings ever. Now here's something funny. OREKI always says he wants to conserve energy. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here spending hours drawing someone whose entire life goal is to avoid spending energy. The irony is actually hilarious. Imagine OREKI watching me draw him. He'd probably just look at me and say, that seems like way too much effort. And honestly, he wouldn't be wrong. But that's what artists do. We spend hours on tiny details that most people won't even notice. Because those tiny details are what make the final drawing special. Now, let's talk about Hyouka for a second. This anime isn't full of giant battles. There aren't crazy explosions every 5 minutes. Instead, it turns everyday moments into interesting mysteries. And somehow, that makes it incredibly relaxing to watch. The characters feel real. The conversations feel natural. And before you know it, you've watched 5 episodes without even realizing where the time went. That's honestly one of the reasons I like OREKI so much. He's different from the usual anime main character. He doesn't scream, he doesn't show off, he just quietly observes everything around him. Sometimes silence says more than words ever could. While finishing the shading, I kept checking the reference again and again. Even if people don't notice every single detail, their brain notices when something feels right. That's why I try my best every time. Not because every drawing has to be perfect, but because every drawing should be better than the last one. And that's the real competition. Not against other artists, against yesterday's version of yourself. By now, the drawing was almost finished. I leaned back for a second and just looked at it. You know that feeling when you've been staring at the same drawing for hours? At some point, you can't even tell if it looks good anymore. Artists will understand exactly what I mean. Your brain starts playing tricks on you. So I took a short break, came back, looked again, and finally smiled. Yep, now it actually looked like OREKI. Speaking of OREKI, I feel like everyone has a little OREKI inside them. Those mornings when you don't want to get out of bed. Those days when someone asks you for help and you're secretly hoping somebody else volunteers first, or when your teacher asks a question and suddenly eye contact becomes illegal. Yeah, we've all been there. But even though OREKI acts lazy, when something truly matters, he always steps up. And honestly, that's one of the coolest things about his character. I really hope you enjoyed watching this artwork come together from a blank page into the final result. If you think I missed any small detail, don't hesitate to tell me. I'm always trying to improve, and your feedback genuinely helps. Also tell me, which Hyouka character should I draw next? I'd love to know your suggestions, because your comments often give me amazing ideas. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment, and share it with someone who loves anime and art as much as we do. And And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe because there are plenty more anime drawings on the way. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I'll see you in the next drawing. Until then, peace.